Hey, it's Chuck. This entire series contains possible trauma triggers, so if you don't have the spoons, please scroll on past. If you made it through the whole series and you want to do something with the information that we've covered, then this one's for you. Let's dive into it. I'm not going to spend this episode telling you which gun law to support. That was never the point of this entire series. The point was making sure that you understood the actual human cost, the actual research underneath a topic that usually only shows up as a headline or a debate. So let me close with something practical and what the evidence says actually helps. Hospital-based violence intervention programs, or HVIPs. They work with survivors in the hours right after they've been shot, while they're still in the trauma bay or the hospital bed. Research has found that about 1 in 14 gunshot survivors will be shot again within a year, rising to roughly 1 in 8 within 5 years, with young Black men carrying the highest risk by far. One researcher described that risk as comparable to having a second heart attack or a stroke, except these patients are teenagers and people in their 20s. HVIPs connect survivors with mental health support, case management, conflict mediation before they're discharged back into the exact environment that hurt them. Programs using this model have reported re-injury rates under 3% when compared to national benchmarks as high as 30%. Dr. Daniel Webster, Bloomberg Professor of American Health at Johns Hopkins University and distinguished scholar for the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions, has spent over 3 decades studying what actually moves the needle on a community level. His research consistently points to community violence intervention done by credible messengers, people with lived experience in affected neighborhoods, doing street outreach, mediating conflicts before they escalate, and connecting people to real opportunity, not from the outside of the community looking in, but from the inside of it. And there's something simpler that shows up across multiple studies: environmental investment, cleaning vacant lots, restoring abandoned buildings, adding lighting to public spaces. It sounds almost too basic to matter, but the research on it is consistent. Neighborhoods that look cared for experience less violence because the built environment itself communicates something to the people living in it. On the individual level, trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy remains one of the most well-supported interventions for processing what direct or chronic exposure to gun violence does to a person's nervous system. It works by helping someone examine the thoughts and beliefs that formed around the trauma to build healthier ways of carrying what happened. None of it's a easy and simple fix, and none of it erases what this month covered, but all of it's real, studied, and it's working in cities right now. If you take one thing from this entire series, take this: the kids who go quiet, the survivors who can't sleep, the communities that have been carrying this for generations. None of them are broken beyond repair. The research says recovery and prevention are both possible, and they're happening in specific documented ways in specific places right now. So get involved and help. I'm Chuck, the Bald Therapist. Work on you. Take no bullshit. Remember that you matter, and have a gentle rest of your day.